Okay, as Miss I just explained,
Yeah,
we're going to do a reaction video to the new Death Note video, and yeah, just see what it's like. I've seen little bits of it because I was watching it when it came out on Friday, but I was doing other things as well, so I didn't really get good
And I didn't even know it was out on Friday.
idea of it. But yeah, this is also going to be on my YouTube, so if people watch this on my YouTube and wondering what whobby I saw Lisa, if that's down,
it's me playing around with the frames.
If that down,
will
it?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it actually looks pretty cool.
I figured lollipops candy was kind of Elle's thing.
So you like candy boy.
You can tell she's the oldest of the two of us, can't you?
No.
I got the mangas back when I first got into anime, and I saw people cosplaying, and I just really wanted to know what was going on. I'll put my hands up here, I didn't get into it the way some of my friends did. I was still more of a Bleach girl. I prefer humanoid gods of death to half Night King, half malted crow. No offence, Ryuk. But the movies were, well, the first one at least, was brilliant.
Yeah.
Kenichi Matsuyama, who played L.
He was awesome.
I later on got seriously disturbed by some of the things my friend wanted to do to him, but yes. What do you think of him?
I actually thought he was awesome. I loved him as L. I mean, I actually cosplayed L a few years back, and I just thought he was the perfect L.
Light is still on my list to do. Cosplays. In Death Note, L's the crazy one. He's the unusual detective. He's like Sherlock for Japan. But can't be predictable. But I did prefer Light to begin with, before the power took him over a bit. His original idea of getting rid of serial killers and bad people was, well, it's pretty much the human condition. It's what we all want to do, but we all have our own version of what's bad and what's evil. But then he just became obsessed with getting rid of L, which was obviously not a good idea.
And as I also liked Neo.
Yeah.
The one who took over from L, but there's never anybody quite like
It's
L.
just crashed on me. That may be a problem at my end. I'll click on and off, Gareth.
Okay.
They're trying out new frames. It might stall and crash.
Yeah.
You can always watch it back when we finish blabbing on. I said blabbing.
I do like Neo, but L, he was just, I don't know, there was just something about him that.
It's L.
Yeah.
You can't really improve on the fact that it's L.
Yeah.
I mean, a lad who basically, he's the head of his unit, or whatever, and he's sat there crouched up like a little kid with a bloody lollipop in his mouth. Or he's reading a book by finger and thumb.
Yeah.
It's just so unique.
It is. I can't even think in any other book I've read been a character quite like L.
And, well, originally when they were talking about making an American version, they were touting Zac Efron to become either Lysol. They hadn't decided which. I have to admit I was more scared of when Netflix decided to do it, because at least Netflix have a background in surprises and doing good mini movies or series. I mean, No Kiss List and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon 2.
I loved No Kiss List.
Matthew Daddario straight. That was just weird.
Yeah. And there was another Chinese one that I watched, and
well, they're good for original stuff.
Yeah.
They've just got the rights to I Am Michael, which isn't one of theirs, but it shows they've got the unusual. They know where strength is in the unusual. I'm going off topic here. You know that some things are going to get Americanized and whitewashed and stuff, but I try not to go into remakes with a clouded mind, otherwise you miss a good chance. I mean, the writers have gone to some amazing lengths to make this work. I've done adaptations for uni, and I know how much of a bitch they can be. You can bleep me if you want. And I know there are going to be bits they're just going to go, no, this does not work English. But at the same time, maybe having an American twist on it will either make the American one look good, or will make you appreciate the original more. It's like, I forgot what I said. It's always going to be, people are going to ask you to pick book, film, manga, or, anime, manga, or film, or book, or series, film. There's always going to, it's the age of remakes. Whether they're wanted or not is another matter entirely. So we'll watch it, and then we'll let you know what we think. Once more into the breach, dear friends, once more.
And cry havoc and slits the dog of war.
Slate
the dog of war.
She's talking about dog slits, and I'm like, what the frell? Anyway, see you in a bit, guys.
Bye. Okay, so we just finished watching the Death Note film. And yeah,
Sammy, while we were watching it, you asked if it was worth watching, and I said 60-40. Try more like 30-70. 70 being the bad side.
Yeah. It's a shame because it did have so much premise, so much potential. And they ended up messing it up towards the end.
Towards the end?
Well,
it really reminded me of if we went back to the 90s and they were making Final Destination, but they chose to use a book as the linchpin instead of the aeroplane crash. Go on, dude.
I was making some notes on it. It starts off by Light actually standing up to bullies and that, but
we should say spoiler alert.
Yeah. But there's no explanation of the backstory. Like in the anime, in the manga, they had different Shinigamis sat round talking about the Death Note and everything, where the Shinigamis came from.
You do get a bit,
yeah,
but it's not till later on when Light attempts to do research, and even then, you see him reading, you don't hear any of the research yourself.
Yeah, and it goes from standing up to the bullies to screaming like a girl.
Literally, the guy has a really high-pitched voice.
Yeah, but the actor who plays Light is good. He's
talented. It's just he's not Light.
Yeah, he just didn't. And the same for Elle
and Misa.
And Misa, yeah. As actors, they are good. They're brilliant actors. There's nothing taken away from them. But they're just not the characters.
I can't remember the film, but there was a film adaptation a few years ago that went from an old Korean story, and it had the same name, but it took completely away from the storyline. I'll have to try it. If you do like Shadowhunters, and I know we always come out with Shadowhunters, but it says based on Mortal Instrument by Cassandra Clare. It doesn't say this is the Mortal Instrument by Cassandra Clare. It admits that it's going to be different. If Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain his true features. If it wasn't called Death Note and it says it was based on it, it could get away with it. But the fact that it says Death Note,
yeah,
I don't know if I'm coming over right.
We kept in Ryuk's love of apples, which I liked. They did keep in little touches like that.
And Elle and the Candy.
Yeah, and Elle and the Candy, they did keep, and the fact that Elle kind of like sat.
Yeah, but
like
Elle and the manga
and the kind of like, it did, and more than the books on the paper like that.
Finger and thumb thing.
Yeah. So, elements like that I like to be kept in.
They tried to turn him into like, no offense to him, Dr. Spencer Reed from Criminal Minds, or, what's he called? The one they say Castiel looks like.
I can't think.
They're the loony detective who's just really annoying.
Oh,
pretty much
Columbo.
That's it. Like, they always say that Elle may be autistic or Asperger's, but they took it to a far point.
Kind of like I did as well, like Elle was a little bit off the deep end.
A little bit?
Yeah, well...
Well, the thing is, Elle to start with isn't really sane, but they went overboard.
Yeah, in the mangas and in the anime, he's got that level. It takes
him a while to get that. This just went click.
Yeah.
Totally over the edge.
Yeah.
It's just the way that Elle went from I know what I'm doing to I'm scared. I want to go back. I want to change my mind.
Yeah.
I can't remember every single thing that happened in the mangas, but I'm sure he didn't do that kind of bait and switch where he went from hero to coward.
Yeah. It did have some funny moments, like it.
Lucky for you, innit, Carla? Jace, what I'm going to be called.
It did have some funny moments, and I also like that we kept. Sorry, hiccups. But we kept Elle's logo.
Oh yeah, he symbolised, yeah.
Yeah, it did have some funny moments.
The fact is, I don't mean to take away from their acting skills, but the best thing about the entire movie for me was a 5-second glance at an actor at the beginning playing the principal. I think it was the principal. Played by Paul McGillen, who for Stargate Atlantis fans is a big deal. He played Dr. Vicken.
And there's also like nods to other fandoms, like at one point Light opened up the locker and there's a sticker in that said
normal people scare me.
Yeah, it was just a nod to
it would actually work if it was an American Horror Story movie more than as the Death Note.
Yeah. You said cheesy blood.
The blood spatter was okay. It's a manga. It's a cartoon. It's a Japanese movie, but the blood spatter was it was 80s. It was a lot more blood than you see if these sudden deaths happened, or the placement was just it was literally like somebody had dropped a pie and it exploded.
Yeah, so overhand drama, which
hammed
it up way too much.
So what made me think of 90s movies or 80s movies, like Legend or not a pre-teen movie type thing, not based on a multi-age franchise.
He told Mia too soon as well, and she was way too calm about it, and she's quite aggressive as well. She was like,
they totally changed her character.
Yeah.
The only bit they kept in was that for a while she was the popular girl, the cheerleader.
In the anime mangas, she's kind of this ditzy.
That's probably why that was the nod, the cheerleader bit, because most kids are meant to be ditzy.
Yeah.
But then they had her as a cheerleader. They had her walking with one of the dogs, and the second light told her the whole storyline dropped out and dropped off the face of the earth.
And you said some of the things they did with her was a bit too gauche.
It was a little bit cheesy.
Yeah.
The limo, the fact that any bureau in any country would just drop to him. The fact that he's supposed to be an unknown, but a well-known, a famous detective by name, but not by face. But when he was walking around a crime scene in Japan, it was like every fucking knew him.
Mm.
Here's a question for you both. And saw a post that was asking who was the least favourite leading man, and people comments about the cast acting. That shadow wants to do that tomorrow. we're doing, yeah, he's like, 12 o'clock or something.
It's officially my birthday!
Yep. 37. We'll do the questions video tomorrow.
There's no build up between Light and Elle, no dance.
The whole point is I meant like a Shilka Moriarty.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty Moriarty
There was an element of that at one point where it was kind of like in this cafe.
But it came after.
Yeah.
It was more Elle figure it out, and then they go backwards. We have this dance between them, whereas in the manga and in the anime, it's they have dance while Elle figures it out. You mean?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday. I don't know if that's Jace saying that or that's the computer. These frames are weird.
I mean, you just mentioned the surprise appearance from Paul McGann.
McGillen. That would be weird.
And one of the only things he said was Ryuk. I did like Ryuk, but one of the things he said was like he groomed Elle more than suggested. Like in the anime and manga, it's kind of like, why don't you?
It's like teasing.
Don't
like,
you think?
Like you expect pixies and fairies and other mystics to do.
Yeah.
So you dangle power in front of somebody, they're going to take it. But in this case, it was like, go on, no,
do it. Ugh. And that was a bit, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, it's a bit of a letdown.
And at the end, I'm not going to say what happens at the end, but it's supposedly left on a cliffhanger, but it isn't. It doesn't end as a cliffhanger. It ends like that's it summed up. Despite the fact there are 2 parts where there are question marks left over it.
Yeah.
It's like you're meant to be chomping at the bit for did this happen? Did he do this? Did he do that? But the way the music cuts in, it's like done.
Yeah, it's kind of like what? I don't know. It have so much potential, but it just no.
It's like I don't always go in for it when my favourite things are adapted. I'm always a bit iffy, and because Death Note wasn't always one of my favourites, it was just one that I liked. I thought, okay, I'll give it a shot. Nah, it's not going on my favourites list, man. Not by a long shot.
No, it's a letdown.
This will piss off a lot of Death Note fans, but I prefer 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh,
yeah.
No,
and I have watched that. She hadn't.
No.
Right, 10 out of 10.
6.
Why?
Because it does have some funny elements, some funny parts, and it did keep elements like Ryuk's love of apples, Elle loving candy, little quirks of Elle they kept in, and there was some elements that kept to it, but they just changed. I know I'm always on supposed to say change, but they did change way too much of it.
I'd have to say like 4, because it didn't live up to the hype. It didn't actually, apart from the names and like you said, a few very brief nods to things. It wasn't Death Note. It belongs in a standalone attempt at rebooting Final Destination or something.
If he had done it where it was kind of like a new person found the Death Note,
like what Japanese did with Highlander.
Yeah, like a new person found the Death Note and they heard of Light and Elle.
If they were so desperate to keep the Death Note franchise, that's why they've used the name to attach the franchise so they get revenue or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They could at least have, I don't know, they usually moved it on a prequel, or Netflix is so good at fantasy shows at the moment. They could have actually done it just from the Shinigami side of things.
Yeah.
But putting a popular name to that, nah. It's hard to explain, but No.
I will say, like, people watch it for themselves and decide.
Well, that's the obvious thing. Is always give your own opinion.
I wouldn't say don't watch it. You know, like, watch it and then you decide yourself. But it's probably one of those I will watch again, but on like if there's absolutely nothing else on.
I don't drink. I would have to be drunk to watch it again. Put it that way.
Yeah.
I'm just really scared if they think they've done good, they're gonna touch another manga or anime series. You know what Americans are like. And technically, the only person there who's watching this is Australian, so I'm not insulting anybody. We're gonna right, Carla, Jace, whatever you want to be known as. Come up with as many questions as you can, and just send me them, even if I don't reply. And anyone else who watches this, if you have any questions, any subjects, any random statements, we'll deal with them when we get back. Because officially, with today being tomorrow, technically being Heather's birthday, we're going to be out for the day.
Yeah, we're heading to the birthplace of William Herondale.
Kadir Idris. And we're also going to do some like other fandom stuff like King Arthur and stuff.
Yes.
But the weird thing about this is, she's the Carstairs. I've been to Hong Kong, and she's gone to Wales more than I have. So it's like, okay, this is bizarre.
But we're doing something Shadowhuntery.
Yeah.
It has to be done.
Come hell or bad weather. Alright guys, we're going to close it up.
Okay. Bye.
Later days, dudes.